I just want to say, I don't know how to start this video. Can we just normalize not drinking? Why does society and everyone in society want us to drink all the time? Super Bowl commercials and just like hanging out, like making friends, going on dates. Why do we always have to drink? Why does there always have to be alcohol involved? I used to look forward to the future when I would potentially be pregnant because I wouldn't have to drink and I would have an excuse. But like, why do I need an excuse in the first place? That's so silly and so ridiculous. And years ago, I saw someone post that she was a year alcohol free. I don't think she used the word sober. I'm pretty sure she said it had been a year and she's been alcohol free, which I like that rephrase because sober makes it sound like you have or had a problem. But you don't have to have a problem to not want to drink. And you shouldn't need an excuse like being pregnant to not want to drink. You shouldn't need an excuse, period, to not want to drink. If you're out with friends, whether you're in college, maybe you're in high school, after college, whatever it is, making new friends, like you shouldn't need a reason for why you're not drinking. Like, oh, I'm driving. I think people drive on purpose sometimes or want to be the designated driver so that they don't have to drink. But why? I hate when you say that you're not drinking. This hasn't happened to me in a while, but I hate when you say, oh, I'm not drinking, and everyone's like, oh, why? Actually, it did happen recently. They didn't ask why, but they were just like, drink with us. And I get it. But if someone doesn't want to do something, they don't have to do it. We got to make our own choices. That is the beautiful thing about life. You don't have to do what you don't want to do. For the most part. I mean, we have choices. That's what I'm getting at here. So we shouldn't have to justify why we don't want to drink. It's not good for us. End of the day, alcohol has been shown to cause cancer. I'm going to do the deep dive into the research. I'm not doing that right now, but I'm going to do it. But yeah, alcohol just isn't good for our bodies. Period. I know there's like the 100-year-old woman who swears by having her red glass of wine at night. And you know what? If that keeps her young, if that keeps her happy, go for it. Why not? Live your life. But the excessive drinking and just like the feeling that you need to drink, I don't know, I'm just not on board with that. So I think we just need to normalize not drinking. Backtrack, I didn't even say what, like, my story. So years ago, I saw that girl post that she was alcohol free. And I remember thinking, that is so cool. I wish I could do that because my body just doesn't agree with alcohol. I don't think most people's bodies agree with alcohol. But like, I feel like my body's just very sensitive to certain things, and alcohol is one of those things. Like, I would just feel so horrible after just like 1 or 2 glasses of wine. And I just don't, it's just not my jam. So last year I was training for a boxing fight for 4 months, and I was like, okay, I don't want alcohol to mess up my training. I don't want it to affect my performance negatively in any single way. So 4 months, there we go. That was my excuse, was my boxing training. But I didn't drink and it was fine. If there was an event where people were drinking, I just didn't feel the need to. Also, I had like the cool thing being like, nah, I'm training. So even that night after the fight, I won. I didn't have anything to drink. I didn't want anything. I didn't need it. I didn't want it. Then after that, maybe like a few weeks later, I was out to dinner with a friend and got something to drink. And then maybe I went on like a date or two where I had a drink. And then I was like, I just don't need it. And then I met someone that also does not drink. I think it had been actually about a year since they hadn't drank. And I was hanging out with them. And I was like, if you're not drinking, I don't need a drink. So that was not my excuse, but like I felt okay not drinking. And that That was 5 months ago. So I haven't had anything to drink for 5 months. Mind you, I've had the holidays in between then, my birthday, and yeah, I'll have sparkling apple cider, and I'm like the happiest. New Year's this year, I had such a chill New Year's, and I didn't have a single drop of alcohol. I had sparkling apple cider, and I woke up feeling so good the next morning. Like, that is how you want to start the year, is just feeling fresh, feeling well slept, just feeling good. I love that. So, no pressure. If you've ever wanted to try not drinking, the thing I think that I found helpful actually is not saying like, oh, I'm sober, or like completely cutting, like in your mind, cutting all alcohol out. Like the way I did it was like, yeah, I don't need it if I want it for a celebration, or I really like espresso martinis. So if I, on the occasion, want an espresso martini or want a glass of champagne to celebrate something, yeah, sure. I have that option. I'm not an alcoholic, thankfully, so I have that option. But I think having that option and saying that it's not completely cut out of my life, it makes things easier to say, no, but I just don't need it. I'm better off without it. Really. That's what's worked for me. It's just not completely, like in my mind, not completely cutting it out. So we'll see. We'll see how long this goes on. But I never feel bad when other people are drinking and I'm not. And then I feel so good after. It's never something I regret. Drinking is something I regret after the fact, but not drinking, I never regret that. So why not continue it? Let's normalize this thing called not drinking alcohol. It's nice that there are things like mocktails. If I want something fancy to drink with my dinner, I'll have, like a nice bubbly sparkling drink. Maybe I'll have kombucha just to make things feel a little bit fancier. But yeah, I think that's everything I had to say. Let's just normalize not drinking. No matter what age we are, whether you're young, whether you're older, whether you're an adult, let's just not pressure our friends and whoever else is around us to drink, because it's our choice. And if someone doesn't want to drink, they don't have to. If you want to, I'm not saying don't. But if it's ever piqued your interest to try not drinking alcohol, I think you should try it. And I think you'll be very happy. Maybe you won't be. And you know what? Then that's fine. You can get right back into it. Yeah, but just don't feel the pressure. Don't feel the need because other people are doing it. So that's my message for today. Let's normalize not drinking, because it's just not fun all the time. Yeah, it's just not fun all the time. Being hungover is not fun. Just be yourself and feel free to be yourself. And don't feel like you need something to drink to get you through a situation, because yeah, I think that happens sometimes where we feel stuck in a situation or we feel anxious, whatever it is. And it's like, oh, I need something to drink. But maybe you need something else. Maybe you just need to work out. I feel like that's the solution to everything. Just go on a run, go work out, get those endorphins pumping. Journal, that's a great way to release emotions or any type of feelings that you're feeling. Let it all out there. That's my message for today. Let's normalize not drinking, and let's not pressure other people to drink if they don't want to, because they shouldn't have to. I'll go into the research a next video where I actually do a deep dive into the research. If it's not causal, then it increases your risk of cancer. And why would we do that? Like, why? If we know certain things are gonna yield certain results, why are we doing these things for ourselves? Like, no. Just live a healthy life as much as you can. At least that's my goal. And that's what I want to like motivate or inspire in other people, is to just live our best, healthiest life. So that's it. I'm done. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and I'll see you guys next time.